Hello, 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 everybody. Good morning, afternoon, night, whenever you see this. Recording this on Monday. It's a little after. It's afternoon for me, so I guess good afternoon, everybody. Gonna get into a few things today. Not gonna be too long. Well, honestly, I might get into my two topics for a little bit later when I talk about some Dallas sports things. You see me wearing the star. I'm gonna get into some Micah Parsons stuff a little bit, and then talk about Luka's extension. But gonna start off, of course, with today's verse of the day. Let's get into it. It's coming to you from Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. And it reads, Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." Again, that's from Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. And that says, Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God." And to me, that just means you're always supposed to. I mean, it's kind of like, God's our eternal parent. We're always supposed to be listening to our parents and listening to their word and just basically make sure that we try to hear them. So in situations and things later, we have a little bit of guidance and things on what to do. So it's another reason why you kind of just why it's important to pray to God, to be in communication with him, and to ask him to just reveal to you things that he wants you to be doing. That's kind of what I always that's one of the things I've like tried to ask him over the last few years, just for him to lead me where he needs me. So it's basically just like, hey, God, tell me what you want me to do, tell me where to go, and just basically like scream it to me so that I can hear it. I can hear it from you, and I know where to run to and what I should be getting myself into and keeping myself away from. So another good verse of the day, like that one. Matthew's always filled with a bunch of really good sayings and things like that, good teachings. But let's get into some Dallas sports news. I guess let's go ahead there. First thing up, what to talk about? I got the big old star on my chest right now. Go ahead and go into the Cowboys. Oh my God. It's like the season hasn't even started yet, and Jerry of the Cowboys are already pissing me off. Wow. So, our best player on our team, Micah Parsons, has recently requested a trade. He has recently stated on social media that he's requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys, and this is after there's been tension and things going on between Jerry and Micah's camp about his contract extension, which he rightfully deserves. But if you know the Cowboys, which I mean a lot of you guys do, because I mean we're America's team. There's no way you can't hate us or love us, which a lot of y'all do, both of those things. But you guys always hear about what's going on with this, and I mean Jerry's been Jerry. He always does this where he kind of drags his feet on stuff. Then he pays other guys, does other random shit. It's just Jerry. Here's the thing. I was born in '92. Yeah, a lot of y'all gonna be calling me Unc for that or whatever. But I was born in '92, November of '92, and they had won a Super Bowl. We're about to win another Super Bowl, and then won a third Super Bowl in '95. So the first 3 years, it's like the first 3, 4 years of my life, they won like three Super Bowls. I didn't see any of it. And since then, I haven't seen them win two playoff games in the same year to get to at least the conference championship. I've never seen that happen. I've seen just about every other team I can possibly think of do that. I know there's a few teams that haven't done that, but just exaggerating. I've seen a lot of other teams do this, and I haven't been able to see my Cowboys. And yes, while the Mavericks are my favorite sports team ever in life, the Cowboys are still my favorite team and my favorite sport because football is my favorite. I mean, we're in Texas, where it's definitely a football state down here. So it's like it's my favorite sport, and they're my favorite team on my favorite sport, and I haven't seen them be able to do or have enough success in at least 1 year. Just at least 1 year. I haven't been with my own eyes been able to see it. People are gonna be like, yeah, they've had 12 and some seasons, yes, but I mean postseason success where it's like, yeah, my team's in the conference championship, my team's in the Super Bowl. I have not been able to see that in my like actual life where I'm, cognizant, not pooping my pants and everything, and know what's happening, don't need someone to take care of me. And I just want to see them do that at least one of these years. They get so close. They make so much noise. They do a lot of bull crap every single year. And it always ends with, hey, man, the ceiling is second round. That's what we always have to end up dealing with. And news like this is just like, this doesn't make me more confident about what they're going to do for this year and what they're going to be able to do. I mean, if there's one thing I know about Jerry, though, he loves to be in the headlines. So, like, he loves doing shit like this just to do it. So, God knows if he's trolling. God knows what's happening with this. But, like, I hope we don't trade Micah. I hope they can figure things out in the 25th hour. But at this point, like, there's just going to be a whole lot of hoopla, a whole lot of talking about this and that back and forth. And we're just going to have to, of course, just sit here, strap in and like enjoy the ride of what's going on with the Cowboys like we have to do every single year. And I love them. But y'all notice I haven't talked about them, but I haven't talked about them yet and didn't want to because it's like, yeah, one, the football season hasn't started yet. So, yeah, and I hadn't even drafted for fantasy football. But also just because they do this shit all the time, and I didn't want to talk about them yet until, like, my thing was, hey, I don't want to get too excited about them or too hyped up about them until I see them win 2 playoff games. Because I've seen them do it multiple times where they'll have a good season. They'll even get into the playoffs, maybe beat whoever's random sorry ass they play the first week, and then it's like, get their cheeks clapped. Or they'll get their cheeks clapped in the first week like they did against Green Bay a few years ago. Which that was like the needle that was like the straw that broke the camel, like for me. That seeing them do that shit, like losing the way that they did to Green Bay a few years ago, I'm like, okay, yeah. I love y'all, still gonna be my favorite team, but I'll be like, yeah, I ain't gonna be hype about y'all till y'all prove some shit to me. Like, yeah, y'all gotta prove some things. And here we are right now, before the season even start. Best player wants to be traded. The owner, GM, president, head water boy, all the other things that Jerry is, like, that motherfucker stirring up bullshit like he always is. We're just right on schedule. So we'll talk more about Micah once more things like drop about more news comes out about that. But for now, that's where we are, and we're gonna move on to some other Dallas related news, as of course you would know, and yeah, what we all knew and we all expected. Well, for a lot of there's a lot of conspiracy things that people were thinking it may not happen, but Luka Doncic is officially a Dallas. I said Dallas, but he is officially a Los Angeles Laker for at least the next 3 years. So, Shams Charania, he reported that Los Angeles Lakers All NBA star Luka Doncic has signed a 3-year, $165 million maximum contract extension with the franchise with a player option in 2028. So basically that means, in 2028 he can decide if he wants to stay there or go somewhere else. But for at least 3 years, we know Luka's going to be there. He's going to be in LA trying to build a championship caliber team there and trying to bring another championship to LA. Like, we always hear the reports and story that every star has come there and delivered a championship. So, everybody's going to be on his ass about that. And it's going to be like, the spotlight and all that should kind of be some bullshit for him. And that's what I'm saying. I feel bad about that for him from the trade like aspect. There's a lot of things I feel bad about for him and that's definitely one of the things, because it's like, yeah, they would get on his ass here in Dallas when like things would happen, but no one expected us to do shit. No matter what the fuck they be trying to tell you, no one expected us to do much like here in with the Mavericks. They would always always disrespect us and the things that we could do and disrespect him. So, and whenever we would flame out and fail, people would always take their pound of flesh and take their time to talk about like, oh yeah, you see. So they never really expected much of us, but at the end of the day, they wouldn't spend too much time piling on us. They didn't spend too much time like praising us when we did good things, and then when bad things happened, like yeah, they would definitely take their shots, shit on us, do what they had to do. But then, hey man, they were on to the next story and all the other things. They wouldn't spend too much time about it. Unfortunately for him, now in LA, where hey man, if anything happens in LA, they're writing. There's multiple stories on multiple different outlets about it. So anything that he does, like we're gonna see, like we've seen but we always see the skinny Luka pictures every summer. So that's not what I'm necessarily talking about. Like you guys know how the LA media like frenzy is, and you will see, and so we're gonna see it. Especially this gonna be in this being his first full year with the Lakers after the skinny Luka summer, like going into it, the breakup with the Mavericks and everything. Like the eyes are gonna be on him about this. But hey, my boy paid. I mean, he been paid. Like but he's super paid, locked in, and like Shams also said, like this keeps him out of free agency for the next summer, committed to the Lakers, and makes him eligible for a projected 5-year and $417 million contract, bro. New contract in 2028. I know what I'm saying, bro. This NBA money is like crazy. People don't understand. Like the sixth or seventh guy on the team is making more money than like a lot of dudes in the NFL, and just more money than a lot of people will ever hope to see in their lives. And it's like, it's just crazy to see, man. It's like, hey, my boy definitely deserves the money. I'm happy for him. He's out in LA. I mean, the taxes are going to be crazy though. It's not like how it is here in Dallas. So he ain't in the tax-free state no more. So like a lot of that money is going to come out of it. But he's Luka Doncic. He's an international superstar. They're trying to make him the face of the league. He's out there in LA. He gonna get that money back. I will not be surprised if we don't see Luka in a couple acting roles randomly. Luka's gonna be plastered in a bunch of just ads and everything. Like he's still a Jordan brand, he's still a Jordan brand athlete and everything. Like he'll get that bread. It sucks. Like yeah, us like the Mavericks and everything with him and him losing that contract, but he's gonna get that bread back. He's still gonna lose a bunch of it because he's in LA. But it's like, I'm telling you, with Luka being who Luka is as the player that we've seen him be and that we know him to be, it's like, bro, if you're motivated and you super hit this, like, and you super do what you're supposed to do, this is going to be great for him. It's going to take him to a whole nother stratosphere. And if LA does what LA do and get a bunch of stars and people like to come there and play with him over the next few years, like, he will be playing for a championship. Like I'm not breaking any news. Everybody like this, like bro, he that dude. Like he's that good. He will be playing for a championship if they put the teams around him. Like yeah, his defense is look, his defense ain't shit. But if they do what they supposed to do and put the people around him, like he will be playing for a championship. I'm telling you that. And I don't hate the dude. I love Luka. I always will. He just can't win one before the Mavericks do. That's it. That's all they think. Like hey, if you ain't on the Mavericks, you can't win before the Mavericks do. I don't make the rules, but I guess I kind of do with saying that. But I love him, and it's like, hey, I want success for him, but just after the Mavericks get success. Like we got Cooper Flag, baby. I gotta get Cooper Flag a ring first. Like unfortunately, Cooper Flag gotta get him a ring before Luka. That's gonna be crazy if he do. That's gonna be wild if Cooper Flag do. Like oh my god, they gonna be talking so much about how Nico cooked and everything. And honestly, I'll probably say it just to mess with a bunch of people, but I'll just be more happy that like we got a championship. That's all I'll care more about. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the news with Luka and everything for right now. We're gonna talk more. I know we're gonna get into more stuff as we get closer and closer to the season coming back and everything starting up. And it's just gonna be exciting. I'm excited to see it. I'll talk to you guys more when I got more to say, more to talk about, more to yap about. And I know I just yapped a lot. This is a pretty long video, but talk to you guys later. Peace.